Well, contracts signing was very powerful in the show tonight. The name of my topic, I'm Godfather Soldiers from Swimming. The name of my topic tonight is called Stupidity and Subpar in San Antonio, Texas. With SummerSlam 2025 will be worth watching in 2 weeks. But before I start opening up the show tonight, I'm gonna open the show with a little bit of music. I'm gonna open the show with with his number one hit single called "Would I Lie to You" by "Would I Lie to You." "Would I Lie to You" by Eurythmics. His number one hit single from 1985. So stick around and get the music playing. I'll be right back. What it's called, yeah, "Would I Lie to You" by Eurythmics. Yep. But I lied to you by Eurythmics. All you just heard. Number one hit single from 1985. Okay, let's go get down to tonight's terrible show. And guess what? Though by far I saw big news, news for all of you. Former WCW star undergoes leg amputation. Wow. And his name is Buff Bagwell. Following years of a stemming 2022 car accident. Oh man, this is sad, man. Let's all keep our prayers. Let's all pray for our praise for Buff Bagwell, and let him have a speedy recovery. Okay, let's get down to business with tonight's show. That WWE Then Now Forever Together opens. We open out in a parking lot where the Bloodline and MFT, where the MFT have seemingly gotten out of the car, got into a car crash with someone. It's all very unclear as Cody confirms with Adam Pearce that they are still a go for the contract signing. We head to ringside as commentary hypes the lineup for tonight. Backstage we see Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss having a chat about losing at Evolution. And by the way, I don't know, Alexa Bliss can't not trust Charlotte Flair. She can't. Charlotte reveals she's gone to Pierce for a title match at SummerSlam 2025. This raises some questions from Bliss. For Flair says she has a match tonight against Raquel Rodriguez. From there we head to ringside as Flair and Rodriguez make their entrance to get the opening match of the night underway. Rodriguez gets the upper hand early with some strikes before Flair sends the women's WWE Women's Tag Champion outside the ring before opposing as we go to a break. Picture in picture, despite Flair's early offense, Rodriguez regains control after bringing Flair Charlotte back in the ring. Back from the break, Charlotte has managed to fight back from the corner before laying some chops on the champ as the crowd woos in response. She takes Raquel to the mat from a pop from the fans before sending Rodriguez to the corner. She sets up for a crossbody onto Rodriguez, who rolls through and lands on a slam on the Queen for a 2 count. She brings Charlotte up to her feet, only for Flair to fight back with a boot. She goes for a figure 4 leg lock, where Roxanne hops on the apron to distract her. The ref is preoccupied with this, allowing Bliss to go attack Rodriguez on the top rope before Flair rolls it up for a thrust kick for the win. Winner via pinfall, Charlotte Flair. The pair celebrate on the ramp as the champs stare from the ring. Sorry about that little technical issue, everyone. Microphone call by mistake. Let me start. All of you just heard a little piece of the audio I heard earlier. So let me get finished up. Go back to my topic. My review. Yeah. Backstage, a group of San Antonio's finest asked Adam Pearce to help look for Jacob Fatu, and they quickly do this as the cops seem to have some questions for him about the crash that took place earlier today. He leaves with them after resisting at first, and Adam Pearce shakes his head as the situation as we go to a commercial. Commercial break. Hyping up SummerSlam as we go to a video package highlighting the upcoming WWE Women's Tag Team Championship match for the show. The words from champion Tiffany Stratton in 2025 King of the Ring, King of the Queen of the Ring, Jade Cargill. We then get a look back at the match between R-Truth and Aleister Black as Damian Priest tried to call Black down after the loss to no avail. As Priest gets laid out, we cut to earlier today as Damian goes looking for Aleister. Leading some words with Carmelo. Hayes says he warned Priest about Aleister, but Damian says he's going to make Black beg for forgiveness. He also talks about shutting people up and offers a match to Melo tonight. He says he's been looking for an opportunity like this before. Priest says he hopes he keeps the energy before the match. Before walking, we get to head to ringside for our next match. As Carmelo Hayes makes his entrance, we get a special look at Cody Rhodes in the upcoming Naked Gun. And by the way, if Leslie Nielsen was live, you'll really love Liam Neeson's performance in the movie. And go to commercial break. Back at ringside, Hates Aways for the rival Damian Priest as we get our next match underway. Damian Priest versus Carmelo Hayes. Hayes gets a jump on Priest before the bell even rings, calling for the ref to get this started. He goes right back to work on Damian in the corner as the crowd boos. The Priest stops him in his tracks. Hayes sits the ropes for the speed, but runs into a boot by Priest. Damian sends Melo to the ropes, but takes a kick right before Hayes leaves the ring. Priest follows him to the outside, only to get sent into the ring post by Melo as we go to a commercial. Commercial break. Back from the break, Hayes maintains control as both men are back in the ring. He runs down Priest, who fires back up into Melo. This doesn't last for long as Hayes catches him with a cutter off the ropes. He heads to the corner, invoking San Antonio's own Shawn Michaels by tuning up the band with sweet chin music, but it's no good as he gets caught with a boot by the Priest. Hayes starts to fight back, setting up a lot of Mystica, but Priest counters out. Melo heads to the corner to go after the Priest with a counter south of heaving into a code breaker. Splash off the top turnbuckle gets him in a 2 count. You get a justified. This is awesome. This is awesome. Chant as Priest leaves the ring for a breather. Hayes goes for a dive but gets caught, but Priest slams him into the announce table. He brings Melo back in the ring before going old school with a top rope, only for Aleister Black to appear, knocking Damian off the rope as the ref calls for the bell. Winner via DQ, Damian Priest. Hayes eventually opts to leave the ring rather than to deal with Black, who hits a black mask on Priest before sitting down beside him, saying, "I heard you're looking for me." Commentary starts hyping up the rest of the lineup for tonight, but as they talk about the number 1 contenders match later tonight, the feed is interrupted by the Wyatt who deliver a message about stripping their foes of their wicked desires. He offered to be a guide to those who fall. With that, we cut to commercial. We go to commercial break. Back at ringside, Solo Sikoa, MFT make their way down to the ramp to what feels like an awfully muted response from the crowd. Solo has a mic as he talks about tonight, proving what kind of a man Jacob Fatu really is, saying he only cares about himself. The crowd are getting more wired up as Sikoa talks about bringing Jacob to WWE and help him feed his family, and how Fatu deserves it, none of it. Jacob betrayed the only real family he has, and Solo should have known. Once a criminal, always a criminal. Solo was soon cut off as we go to get a look on the screen, where Jimmy Uso awaits the arrival of a police car as Jacob Fatu steps out. The cop says they have undermined based on the footage that he's not the kind of the person in entrance and he's free to go. With that, Jacob makes his way to griddle position, heading straight to the ramp. As Jacob Fatu catches up the ramp by surprise, Fatu enters to clean house. We see Talia Tonga trying to dismantle Jimmy, only to take a dive through the ropes by Jacob Fatu. Talia rises back to his feet to stand tall before Jimmy and Jacob land some kicks, leading to a crossbody by Jimmy to land the tallest of Tongas to the floor. Jacob gets back in the ring as Jimmy stops Solo to bring him back into the ring for a thrust kick by Samoan Werewolf. Jacob sets a chair up around the neck of Sioka in the corner, but is cut off by JC Mateo before he can go through with the attack. Tyler brings out Sioka out of the ring as Mateo and Tama take a splash and a moonsault by the Fatu Uso connection. Jacob grabs a chair to slam it against the back of Mateo and Tama. We hear from Adam Pearce to come out to address Solo's actions tonight. He lets the United States Champion know that he will defend the title against Fatu at SummerSlam. Inside a steel cage, he then calls for the police, saying he's all yours. Before we see him arrest Sioka, it seems that we have a person of interest in the squad to bring Sioka up to the ramp in handcuffs. Tala Tonga arguing with them as commentary hypes the match for SummerSlam. We get a look at Jelly Roll's recent appearance on Jimmy Kimmel Live and a guest host on the appearance that includes Randy Orton showing up to chat about the match before we go to Drew McIntyre appeared to get into it with Orton. The segment culminates with Jelly Roll sending Logan Paul through the post to the table with a chokeslam. Back at the ringside, Stephanie Vicaire makes her entrance for our next match. She fails to chase Jessica Alba or the Secret Harvest after this commercial break. Then go to commercial break. Back from the break, we get a look back at what went down moments ago before commentary hypes the steel cage match for the official United States Championship. Back from the breaks, Fire has entered the ring as we get this match underway. Stephanie Vicaire versus Alba Fire. Vicaire takes the fight to Fire early on, setting up for a near fall. She quickly sets up a bridge for another near fall, for hitting some headbutts when both women are back up. Alba cuts her off at the ropes with a thrust kick before bringing Stephanie Vicaire back in the ring. She goes up for a senton, but lands on Stephanie's knees, which gives Vicaire opening to deliver the Devil's Kiss to the light of everyone, but not everyone not named Alba Fire. Vicaire connects with his SVB for the victory. Winner via pinfall, Stephanie Vicaire. The celebration is cut short when Piper Niven tries to rush her in the ring, but Vicaire sends her out of the ring to regroup with Alba Fire on the ramp. Backstage, we hear from the Street Profits addressing their loss to Wyatt 6 last week. They're keeping a close eye on the situation as we get ready to see a new number one contender's name tonight as DIY pop up to mock the Profits for losing and forcing them to save the SmackDown tag division. They make their exits. We go to ringside for our next match, where DIY make their way down the ramp before we go to a commercial. Back at ringside, Fraxium and Motion Machine Guns are already in the ring, and Andrade and Ray Phoenix make their entrance to get their match underway. Okay. Okay, WWE Tag Team Championship number one contenders match. Andrade and Ray Phoenix versus Fraxium versus DIY versus Motion Machine Guns. Frazier and Saban start things off as a trade offense, but it doesn't take long for chaos to ensue before Andrade and Phoenix clear the ring. Fraxium get a measure of revenge for MCG. MCMG sent them out of the ring for a baseball slide on DIY on the outside. Saban hits a dive through the ropes to take them to the floor. And we go to a 2 hour and go to 2 to 3 minutes action before we go to a commercial break. Back in the ring, Shelley has managed to gain control as he takes down Gargano and Ciampa before Axiom tags himself in. Frazier runs in for a tag and the assist as they clear the ring, once more keeping their foes at bay before bringing Ciampa in. Tag back to Axiom as they cover for a 2 count. Andrade comes running in as Phoenix catches a tag of his own, and the newest parents take control with Andrade tagging in for 3 Amigos. Tag to Phoenix, who hits a frog splash for the cover, but a dog pile of sorts comes in for the save at 2. Everyone goes at it in the ring now until we are left with MCMG, and Frazier in the ring before Axiom comes in as well. Sling blade by Frazier as Phoenix and Andrade slide in to take in opening. Slight slip here as they have to clear each other's flight path to take down Fraxium. But DIY come rushing in for a cradle by Ciampa to take the 2 count. He connects with a Project Ciampa on Axiom, but still only gets a near fall as we go to a picture-in-picture. Picture-in-picture, Ciampa stays on in the attack, sending Axiom to the apron where the 2 trade strikes. Axiom takes control for a moment, but gets caught in the turnbuckle by Tommaso. We fight out of it some more, so Axiom gets caught up on the top rope, allowing Ciampa to drop him to the outside with an air raid crash on the remaining participants. Everyone is struggling back to their feet until Gargano is the first up, with Ciampa sending Axiom back in the ring for a running knee. It gets a near fall. Tag made to Gargano. At the fairy tale ending, it gets interrupted with a tag from Saban as we go to commercial, as we come back from the break. Hold on one second. Okay, so I was saying, Shelley comes running in as we drop Gargano before returning their attention to Axiom. Andrade stops her for a blind tag, sending Sabian out of the ring for standing over to Axiom. Andrade goes up top but is intercepted by Axiom, who sets up Andrade for a flaming splash off the top. Blind tag to Frazier, who goes up on top as well. But Ciampa steals a tag of his own off the boot as he sends Nathan out for cover, only to get broken up by Phoenix. Ring gets cleared out as Andrade looks for a hammerlock DDT, but Candice distracts him for roll up by Ciampa for 2. Phoenix comes in, running in to take Gargano back out of the ring, allowing Andrade to take Ciampa down with a DDT for the win. Wins via pinfall and new number 1 contenders, Andrade and Rey Fenix. They celebrate as commentary hypes up the tag title match for next week as SummerSlam, as well as appearances from Jelly Roll, Logan Paul, alongside their SummerSlam partners Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre. Backstage, Cody Rhodes has a contract in his hands, ready for our contract signing. That is up next. Back from the go to commercial break. Back at ringside, there's been enough time for our main event. Contract signing. Cody Rhodes and John Cena signed a contract for their undisputed World Wrestling Entertainment Championship at SummerSlam. Pierce is standing by and welcoming us to the contract signing for the undisputed World Wrestling Entertainment Championship match at SummerSlam 2025. Before introducing the first challenger, Cody Rhodes makes his entrance to a big pop from the crowd. Contract in hand, he heads to the ring. He takes a quick moment to sign a contract himself before taking the microphone to ask San Antonio what they want to talk about. He appreciates the warm reception, bringing up the fact that his father and brother, shout out to AEW TNT Championship Dustin Rhodes. Yeah, his father, American Dream Dustin Rhodes, and AEW TNT champion Dustin Rhodes are both Texans, noting that they got an opportunity to become WWE Undisputed Champion. He brings up the idea of not flinching, stating that he didn't flinch when he returned to WWE on or a number of occasions since, but he did flinch at WrestleMania 41 against John Cena. The mention of the champ gets a mixed reaction in the crowd. Rhodes understands that the unbelievable task of trying to take the title away from one of his beloved wrestlers in the game of our history, but it's the task given to Cody for SummerSlam 2025. He takes 2 for his dance work, so he asks Aaron Pierce to help move along. Pierce obliges of introducing the WWE champion John Cena. Big pop followed by John Cena sucks chants reveals the duality of wrestling fan. As Cena makes his way down to the ramp, John Cena enters the ring calling for the music to be cut before asking Cody to take a seat. Cena also sits down before he signs. He says he has bad news for everyone. He's not going to be at SummerSlam. Wow. The crowd starts booing as Cena addresses having him for a big project with Netflix, and due to exhaustion involved, it is best that he not physically compete at SummerSlam. He tries to explain the situation, further offering to do the match in Paris or something, but if he puts his name down, he has to be at SummerSlam. Right now, physically and emotionally, Cena can give the fans so much. He thanks the fans for understanding their standing. He promised that Cody that he'll get his rematch, but he won't. But it won't be at SummerSlam. Cena takes his leave from the ring, but Cody Rhodes cuts him off to send him into a ring post, only for John to fight back, sending the Rhodes into the ring steps. Instead, he sends Cody into the ring before grabbing the title from the ramp. Cena gets back in the ring, only misses hitting Cody with the title, and that allows Rhodes to hold the belt in his hands. Instead, he makes good on what Cena could not, taking the champ down with a shot to the head before putting it up on the table. He takes the contracts before going up to the top, driving Cena through the table before grabbing his hand to forcibly sign a contract for the match, which Cody reveals is also a street fight. This gets a big pop from the crowd as Cody takes the title once more, standing tall with an air of confidence about him to bring SmackDown to a close. Well, Cena, what goes around comes around. All I can say, that was really, ending was good, but tonight was kind of shitty tonight. Really garbage. When I think who knows what SummerSlam will be watching it. But I know probably Seth Rollins might cash in, pull the WWE might pull a swerve, having Seth Rollins cash in his money back contract on Cena and Cody Rhodes. If you some fans say believe he's faking it. He's not really hurt. He's feigning it. His legs, Seth Rollins. But who knows what will happen at SummerSlam. So okay. Now we got it all covered. Now it's time for something I like to do. Oh, you know what it's time for? It's time for
Kraft Real Mayonnaise, made with eggs from right here in the middle.
Well, don't remember about that interruption, that little ad. Let me find the music off. Just 1 second. Hold on a second. I know what it's time for. Let me try and get the music. Some music. Not trying this crazy mouse. It's time for Justin's time. Here's all the rest of birthdays, time in history, and everything else. All you hear that things to think from actually feature star Michael J. Fox and Christopher Lloyd celebrated his 40th anniversary on July 3rd, 2025. The movie was released July 3rd, 1985. So let's get down to business with tonight. Let's go to yesterday show review. Let's go to yesterday, July 17th. 1 second. Okay. Yesterday was a happy 60. A 62nd birthday to Al Snow. Mandy Rose, former WWE female wrestler Mandy Rose, she turned 35 yesterday. Robert Gibson of the Rock and Roll Express, he turned 67. He turned 67 yesterday. Carlos Colon, Carlito's father, returns 77 yesterday. WWE Hall of Famer. Okay, Adam Birch, Randall Myers renamed Joey Matthews. He turns 46. He turned 46 yesterday. So we know from the tag team Eminem and J&J Security. And yesterday, 1995 on let's see. On WCW Prime, yeah, WCW Prime, Dusty Rhodes and Tony Schiavone was showing. I believe they're showing all highlights from what happened on wrestling television from Dash to the Beach and stuff like that. And yeah, that's it. Yeah. And on Monday Night Raw that same day, July 17th, 1995. July 18th. July. Wait. This is today's birthday is July 17th. This is July 18th. Sorry, I mean July 17th. I'm saying mistake to say yesterday's today's birthday is by mistake. I'm gonna start over again, everybody. Okay, July 17, 2005, we lost the death of a wrestler named Al Kashi. And yesterday was a happy birthday for DJ Peterson. He turned 66 yesterday. Randy Pearson turned 66 yesterday. Referee, the late Randy Anderson, referee, WCW referee, he died of cancer on May 4th, 2002. Randy Anderson, very tragic passing. He went 66 yesterday. Lacey Von Erich turned 39 yesterday. The Von Erich family. And yesterday I just mentioned WCW Prime. Yesterday got all you guys just mentioned. You have Dusty Rhodes, late Dusty Rhodes, and still alive Tony Schiavone showing highlights of what happened at Bash at the Beach '95 and the other matches. And on Monday Night Raw, July 17th, 1995, the night before In Your House 2, the Lumberjacks. Yokozuna and Owen Hart Yokozuna defeated Jim Detroit and Gus Karanikis. John Pierre Lafitte defeated David Thornburg. Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels defeated IRS with Ted DiBiase. Combo Ted DiBiase defeated Billy Mack. See, WWE Velocity, WWE East Sunday Night Heat. Okay, singles match Victoria defeated Talia. Well, all we know is Velvet Sky. I don't know. Wow, Velvet Sky. Before they became Victoria and Talia would become in TNA as Velvet Sky and Tyra. Renee Dupree defeated Val Venus. Rob Conway defeated Mo Saxton. Six-man tag team match Rosie and Hurricane and Viscera with Super Stacy defeated Tony Romeo and Tyson Tonka. And technical difficulty. Everybody, all you just heard, little technical difficulty there. All you just heard. Okay, same day, 2005, Impact Wrestling No Surrender took place, TNA. Singles match, Shocker defeated Jarrell Clark. America's Most Wanted, Chris Harris and James Storm defeated Alex Shelley and Michael Shank with Tracy, a tag team match. Sunday, TNA No Surrender. It took place in Orlando, Florida, Impact Zone. Shocker defeated Gerald Clark, America's Most Wanted. Chris Harris and James Storm defeated Alex Shelley and Michael Shank and Tracy in tag team match. Sandra the Duck defeated Illy skipper Mikey Batson and Shark Boy for a four-way match to qualify the 2005 TNA X Cup tournament. Paul and Sonny Siaki defeated Davey Young and Simon Diamond in a tag team match. Samoa Joe defeated Chris Sabin by technical submission. Team Canada A1, Bobby Roode and Chris Young defeated the Naturals, Andy Douglas and Chase Stevens, Lance Swart with Jimmy Hart in a six-man tag team match. Monty Brown and Kip James defeated Free Life Crew, Conan and Ron Killings. The Alpha Male Monty Brown and Kip James defeated Free Life Crew, Conan and Ron True Killings street fight. AJ Styles defeated Shawn Michaels, some you know as X-Pac, with special singles match with Jerry Lynn as a special guest referee. Christopher Daniels defeated Pete Williams X Division Championship match. Raven defeated Abyss with Michael James Mitchell and Dark Crowd match for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. Okay, now let's go to today's July the 18th. Okay. As I said earlier, Al Snow, he turned 62 yesterday. Carlos Colon, he turned WWE Hall of Famer Carlito's father. '77 yesterday. Mandy Rose turned today. Carlos Colon turned 77 today. And Mandy Rose turns 35 today. And Joey Merck, who's no longer with WWE no more. Her name's Mandy Rose. And Joey Matthews of J&J Security and some of the Eminem with Melina, his tag team partner John Morrison, he turns 46 yesterday. He turned 46 today. Let's see. Let's see what else. Oh, 1 second. Yeah, I'm back. Let's see. Yeah, right. Said Robert Gibson. He turns Robert Gibson of the Rock and Roll Express. He turns 67 today. Let's see what some hold on, see some pop culture history for forgot to mention pop culture. Sorry, pop culture for July 17th. A movie called Ant-Man was released in theaters starring Paul Rudd, Michael Douglas, Anthony Mackie, Bobby Cannavale, and Michael Pena was released. Angeline Lilly was released. Angeline Lilly as well. Trainwreck starring Amy Schumer, Bill Hader, Brie Larson, John Cena. Piece of shit. Right now. LeBron James was a cameo in this movie. Irrational Man starring Joaquin Phoenix, Parker Posey, and Emma Stone was released. Mr. Holmes starring Ian McKellen and Laura Linney was released in theaters. And see what else? And got pop culture covered now. Okay, now to okay, wrestling history for on this day, ECW Hardcore TV. Okay, on this day, 1995, ECW Hardcore TV. They're showing recaps and everything. This is hyping up everything after Heat Wave. And on this day in 2005, on Monday Night Raw, leading up to SummerSlam. Okay, Shelton Benjamin defeated Carlito by DQ in a non-con match for the Intercontinental Champion, and he does it again. Cowardly move. Kurt Angle defeated Matt Martell in the Kurt Angle Invitational Challenge match again. Edge defeated Kane in the steel cage match until Matt Hardy showed up and attacked him again. And John Cena defeated Snitsky in a lumberjack match. And then Hulk Hogan accepted Shawn Michaels' challenge to face him at WrestleMania. And we see another Divas contest. And that's it. That'll do for my wrestling history and pop birthday wrestling history, pop culture and birthdays and everything. And my review and everything. And my review. And the Godfather Soldier Slim's late champion shot salad, dress up a cheddar chicken sandwich, dance like James Brown, like to get in the hot tub, gonna make me sweat, gonna make me dry, gonna make me wet. For Eddie Murphy doing the person of James Brown on Saturday Night Live. So I hope all of you have a good night. Follow me anytime on YouTube. And tonight I'm gonna close out something for all of you tonight. I'm gonna close out the show with this #1 hit single. Let's see. The song Always by Bon Jovi. So hope all of you good night. Hope all of you good night. I'm out of here. Peace. Hold on 1 second. Okay, here it is. Bon Jovi, Always, 1995. #1 single, 1995. Good night, everybody. Sorry if I sneeze. Sorry.